We're now looking at limiting reactants worksheet 1. So the first thing that we've got is we've got our symbol equation at the top. And the first thing you need to do is work out what the ratio is. This is very similar to when you do reactant masses. So you take into account the big numbers. If there are no big numbers in the front of these, then it is a 1. So here we have a 1 to 1 to 1 ratio. Now what we've been doing, it's more a realistic impression. We've been told that for calcium oxide we've got 2 moles and for H2O we have 3 moles. So in most experiments we normally have one that is a limiting reactant, which is a less number, and one that is an excess. So here, because these are a 1-to-1 ratio, this one's nice and simple because you can look at these numbers and you can say which one's smaller. And 2 is smaller than 3. So this one is our limiting and this one is our excess. So what we're using all 2 moles of our calcium oxide, but we're using only 2 moles of the water available. And 1 will be left over in excess. So how many moles of our calcium hydroxide will we get? This is a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio. So our limiting, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So here, it will be exactly the same number, so a 2-to-2 ratio. The next one, we've now got slightly different. It is still a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio, but now we've got 10 moles here and 8 moles here. So this one is now our limiting, this one is our excess. We would have 2 moles left over because we would only be using our 8 moles of our calcium oxide. We're using all 8 moles of our water. This is a 1-to-1 ratio, so we're going to have 8 moles of calcium hydroxide. Final one, it's a 1-to-1-to-1 ratio. This number is smaller, so this is our limiting. This is our excess. We'd have 0.1 left over of our H2O. This is a 1-to-1 ratio, so we would make 0.2 moles of calcium hydroxide.